Well, today the game is happening at Old Trafford. Man United is taking on PAOK, and this game of football is really gonna see one of the United Academy graduates, that is Shola Shoretile, coming in to obviously face the side of Manchester United into this beautiful game of football. Over the weekend at Old Trafford, Manchester United went ahead to obviously find themselves in a position of really drawing with Chelsea 1-1. Remember, that was the second game of Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge of the team of Manchester United as the interim manager at this club. So that is really all that was really very important for him as a manager, for really securing that point for the club of Manchester United. And he wants to obviously get us to winning ways. I know PAOK is really a very tough team, but I know this time around United has to note it that this is a must win. We have to obviously walk the talk. We have to obviously get there and beat this side of PAOK. And when you look at PAOK over the week, on Sunday they played Lamina and they obviously went ahead to beat it by 2-1. That's the team they went ahead to beat. And when you look at their side, they obviously had let me see, Shola Shoretile, where are you? She was nowhere to be seen, into this beautiful game of football. I think he's really having an injury, and we are waiting to see whether he's really going to be returning into this beautiful game of football. But it would be very good for him to obviously come up and obviously take part into this game. Now, PAOK is second in their league. They've played 10 games. They've won 6. They've drawn 2. They've lost 2. They've scored 17 goals and they've conceded 9. They are having 8 points. They're having 8 as the goal difference, and they're having 20 as the points in there for you. So it shows you that they're really performing very, very well. When you look at Manchester United in the Premier League, obviously we are really placed 13th. 10 games played, won 3, lost 3, drawn 4, and we've gone ahead to score 9. We've conceded 12, negative goal difference of 3, and we are having 12 points. And in this UEFA Europa League, Manchester United has to do a lot because the standings are not really favoring us, as we're only having 3 points. And a win today will obviously skyrocket us to 6 points, and that will obviously mean a lot to the side of Manchester United. So this game is really going to be important for the club of Manchester United, as we need these wins. We are really having 8 games to play, but so far this is the 4th one. And I think if at all you are midway the games and you've gone ahead obviously hit that milestone of really having maximum points in this game that you're really going to play, I think that really acts well for the club of Manchester United. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Who is injured? Kobe Mainoo, Mason Mount. Though Mount returned in training, and Lenny Yoro, don't expect them to be part of this beautiful game of football of Manchester United as we take on this side. Eriksson is also missing action. Anthony is injured. Tyrell Malacia might make the squad today. Luke Shaw is out. Harry Maguire is out. And we are waiting to see how things really pan out into that side. So, when you look at the side of PAOK, Bakayoko will miss. Remember, he was playing for Chelsea. Then Madi Kamara is another one that is really going to be out. Stefan Swakab is set to battle for a start in the middle. Then Shola Shoretile spent 10 years at Manchester United before leaving as a free agent for PAOK, and he is in contention to play against his former club, and we are waiting to see whether he's obviously going to be coming up to start, but he hasn't gone to be making it into the starting 11 for the previous games that have gone ahead to be played by his side of PAOK. And over the weekend, he was not part of the team that we went ahead to take part into that action. Now, let's get into this game of football and see how the probable starting 11 of Manchester United will obviously look into this encounter. 4-2-3-1 is the system that Manchester United is set to deploy. And who is really going to be in goal? I think it's going to be Andre Onana. They are going to maintain him to that goal-keeping area because he's good, and this is a must-win for the club of Manchester United if you're really to enlighten our chances that will see us go to the next level of really playing into the quarterfinals. If you're Manchester United, you'd like not obviously go into the playoff to add more fixtures onto the games that you are willing to play. Then on the right, I think it's going to be Mazraoui to come in and really play as the right back for the club of Manchester United. By the way, in Europe, he's really rated highly. Tackles, take-ons, interceptions, and passes. He's one of the best fullbacks in the Europe or in the Europe top elite leagues. Then left back, I think it's going to be Lisandro Martinez to be played in that position, and people are like, where is Diallo? I think Diallo is going to be rested a little bit today. I think they should rest him a little bit, they should rest him a little bit and maybe come off the bench. But Mazraoui deserves to start because for him really got a rest, but Diallo hasn't really. Right-sided centre-back, I think it's going to be Lindelof. Victor is going to be coming in through to play part into that fixture. Then on the left, we are really going to be having Johnny Evans. I believe that the manager might think that way to obviously bring in players of that caliber to put in a required shift of football possible. So that is the back five for the club of Manchester United. Then after that, we are going to be having a double pivot that is going to be led by Manuel Ugarte, not droppable. When you look at what he did against Chelsea alongside Casemiro, in Eriksen's absence here, you anticipated that they're really going to continue to play until Kobbie Mainoo returns back. It's said that Kobbie Mainoo is really going to find himself in a position of really putting in the required shift possible into the mix for the side of Manchester United. It is anticipated that he might return into the squad and Mason Mount as we are playing Leicester City. So that is the double pivot for the club of Manchester United in as far as this game is really concerned. Now, ahead of them, obviously, no doubt, it's really going to be Bruno Fernandes, the captain, to obviously lead this club to where we want it to be. That is Bruno Fernandes. Then on the right, this guy must start. Amadi Diallo must start today because I'm fed up of really playing right-footed players onto the right when Amadi Diallo is there. You understand? He has the aura, he has the skill set, and you see what he does when he comes off the bench. And I think he shouldn't be a bench player. And I'm really very puzzled on how a player that went ahead to obviously start a season as a right attacking midfielder for the club of Manchester United to drop really deep and see to it that he doesn't really find himself back to winning ways. You get back to starting ways. So I think today is the game where he should obviously be started to see to it that he really puts in the shift. When he came in against Chelsea, he put in a very good show. Even against Leicester, he really looked good and really had a smile back onto his face as a player for the club of Manchester United. On the left, I would obviously start Garnacho over Marcus Rashford because I believe Rashford is the worst wide forward at Manchester United this season. I don't see him really cooking. There is nothing that you can be optimistic about him. So this is where I come up and obviously say we should obviously come up and obviously let this guy really rest a little bit. And the more we keep starting him, the more he'll obviously get to know that he's really undroppable. But they should know that this guy is really droppable. He should be droppable at the club of Manchester United. And leading the line, I think it's going to be Joshua Zirkzee, to come in through and really lead the line for the club of Manchester United. And this is where by the way, let me hint a little bit about Joshua Zirkzee. I've gone ahead to see very many people criticizing his style of play. And what is the tendency of people lacking patience? How do you dare come up and obviously really not give this guy time? He's playing his debut season in the Premier League, one of the hardest leagues in the world. He has shown you that he's really getting there, and the players of United haven't gone ahead to understand his style of play or his game. But the moment they understand his game, I tell you, he's really going to be very deadly in the build-up of Manchester United because he's the striker who will really make late runs into the 18 box area and obviously get involved into the link-up plan holder play of the game, and obviously creating chances and putting in assists. When you look at the players they're comparing him with, this guy has 2 assists and 1 goal this season. And few players of Manchester United have a GA better than he is. So that's what makes him a very different kind of player altogether. So that is the guy known as Joshua Zirkzee, and for me, I believe he's really going to come up and obviously lead the line very, very well for the club of Manchester United in this beautiful game of football that we're going to be playing today. So that is my probable starting 11. Who do you bench and who do you really get in? Now, let's get to what we call the head-to-head stats. Manchester United have won all 6 of their home games against Greek sides by an aggregate of 20 to 1, with this their first ever meeting with PAOK Salonika. You get? So we've won. They've only scored 1 goal against us, and we've scored 20. You know. Secondly, having been unbeaten in their first 4 meetings in English sides, 1 win, 1 draw versus Arsenal. PAOK lost their most recent 2 such games against Chelsea in 2018-2019. Thirdly, Manchester United are winless in 6 major European matches, 4 draws, 2 losses, their worst run since 1980 to 1983. Also 6. They've never previously gone 7 without a win. That is Manchester United for you. And I think today is a win for Manchester United because we can't fail to beat PAOK. Fourthly, PAOK Salonika have lost 5 of their last 6 away UEFA Europa League games since a 4-1 win at Belarusian side Bate Borislav in October 2018. And lastly, Man United defender Lisandro Martinez has progressed the more upfield 524 meters with ball carries in UEFA Europa League this season, the most of any player. And this is why he's really a special kind of player that very many teams are really looking at him amidst him being short, you know, but he has come up and obviously put in a required shift altogether. So that is the side of Manchester United that I believe is really going to be coming on to take on the side of PAOK, and I'm calling for your reactions into the comment section below. I think we are winning this game. We are winning this game, and you're winning it highly. You know, it's going to be high press, and if you want to really create more chances, we need Amadi Diallo onto the pitch. You get? Let Garnacho be selfish, but at least let's have another player onto the pitch who is really very creative. You know, that's why I don't want to see Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho start on the field of play. That is really unfootball. How can you have 2 selfish wide players and two selfish wide players who are not going to obviously provide any chance or create any chance for your number 9? And this is where people come out and say, our number 9s don't score, they're not good. And I'm like, what? For how long have you been watching football? You know, how many number 9s score most of their goals when they haven't got anything to be created? So you are blaming number 9s, but ask yourself, why is it that we are really not scoring very many goals this season? You get? Because the creativity or the creative department of Manchester United is really very selfish, and their end product to the game is really very bad. So I'm really looking forward to see United getting this win, and I know if this win comes in through hugely, it is really going to create loads and loads and loads of hope for the club of Manchester United. And I think if you're Ruud van Nistelrooy, you would like to obviously start, you would obviously want to stage a very huge landing soft ground for Ruben Amorim when we play the remaining 4 games, because I know he can come in through and win all of them and see to it that we get into the top 8 of that table. So that's what I had for you in here onto the United Matters channel. Thank you very much for watching through. Good morning. I sign out for now. See you later. That's what I had to say about this game against PAOK. Bye-bye.